In a small crowded town in southern India, there lived a woman named Latha. She had no big house, no fine clothes, no savings hidden away. What she had was a tiny basket, a warm smile, and a heart that never grew tired of giving. Every morning, long before the sun peeked over the horizon, Latha would rise from her simple bed, wrap her faded sari tightly, and walk to the bustling flower market. The air there was always alive with scents: jasmine, roses, marigolds, mixing with the voices of sellers shouting their prices and buyers bargaining in haste. Latha didn't have much money, but with whatever little she had, she bought the freshest flowers. Then she sat on the roadside near the temple, stringing garlands with nimble fingers. Passers-by, men on their way to work, women going to the temple, would stop, pick a garland and smile back at her. That was enough for Latha. She earned only enough to buy rice and lentils for the day, but her heart remained light. She had one simple secret: gratitude. She often whispered to herself, "If I can smile today, then today is a good day." But life, as it always does, decided to test her spirit. The monsoon season arrived. At first the rain came like a gentle song. Then it grew louder, harsher, heavier, days and days of endless downpour. Streets turned into rivers, markets drowned under grey skies. Latha still went out every morning, her sari soaked, her basket of flowers turning soggy before she could sell even one. People hurried past with umbrellas, too busy, too worried to notice her small stall. 3 days passed, then 4, then a week. Not a single sale. One morning, she sat on her corner, looking at the ruined flowers. Her back ached, her legs trembled, and her heart felt heavy for the first time in years. She wanted to cry. She wanted to give up. But as she looked around, she saw people rushing through the rain, faces full of anger, worry, impatience, and something inside her whispered, "Maybe they need a smile even more than I need a sale." So Latha stood up, her sari dripping with water, her hair plastered to her face, and called out softly, "Free flowers today, take some, smiles even if it's raining." At first people stopped in confusion. Who gives away flowers for free? Then slowly someone accepted. A little girl giggled as Latha tucked a wet marigold into her hair. A man who had dropped his phone and cursed in anger was offered a jasmine garland. She told him gently, "The day may be bad, but you are not. This rain will pass." And so, day after day, she gave away flowers that no one wanted to buy. She gave them with laughter, with gentle words, with kindness that cost her nothing but meant everything to those who received it. Weeks passed. The rains finally began to soften. One morning, as the clouds cleared, a man walked toward her stall. He was neatly dressed, carrying an umbrella, his eyes calm yet full of purpose. He stopped in front of her, holding a folder and a small key in his hand. "Latha ji?" he asked. She looked up, surprised. "My name is Vikas," he said. "Last week I came here. I was broken. My father was in the hospital, my business was failing, and I had lost all hope. I took your flowers that day. They were wet and ruined, but your words stayed with me. You said the rain may fall, but we must keep blooming. That day you saved me from despair. You reminded me that storms are temporary, and I promised myself, if I ever stand again, I will help someone rise too." He handed her the folder and the key. "I run a small flower supply business. I've rented a little shop nearby. It's yours now. Use it. Stay dry. Sell your flowers with dignity." Latha's eyes widened, her lips trembled. "But I cannot pay rent. I barely earn enough to eat." Vikas smiled. "You don't need to pay me now. One day when your business grows, you can return it little by little. No rush. Just promise me you'll keep smiling and keep spreading your kindness." Tears rolled down her cheeks. For the first time in weeks, her heart felt light again. She remembered all those mornings she wanted to cry but chose to smile instead. Somehow, life had seen her quiet strength and rewarded it. The very next day, Latha opened her shop. It was tiny, just a table, a few shelves and a roof. But it was hers. Her flowers stayed fresh, her customers stayed dry, and soon more and more people came. Not just to buy flowers, but to feel the warmth of her spirit. She hired 2 women from her neighborhood who also struggled. She taught them how to string garlands, how to greet customers with kindness, how to stay grateful no matter the storm. The shop became known as the Smiling Flower Shop. Years passed. Latha's shop flourished. She was no longer the poor woman with a wet basket on the roadside. She was the woman whose smile lit up the whole street. One rainy morning, long after the hardest days were behind her, Latha noticed a young girl standing outside her shop. Her sari was torn, her basket full of ruined flowers. Her face carried the same hopeless look that Latha once knew so well. Latha stepped outside, held an umbrella over the girl and said softly, "Come in, child, let's not let the rain stop us." "But my flowers are spoiled." "Who will buy them?" the girl whispered. Latha's smile deepened. "Then let's give them away with love. You never know whose heart they may touch." The girl looked at her in wonder, and slowly, hope flickered in her eyes. That day, as Latha watched the girl offer flowers to strangers with a shy smile, she realized something profound. Kindness is not lost. It multiplies. A single act of grace can ripple across time, lifting hearts we may never even meet. And so, my dear listener, remember this. Life will not always be sunny. There will be storms, setbacks, and days when everything feels ruined. But even in the rain, we still have the power to choose. A positive attitude doesn't erase hardship. It gives us the strength to rise above it. A small act of kindness doesn't solve every problem, but it plants seeds, seeds that one day grow into miracles. Latha's story teaches us that true strength is not in what we endure, but in how we endure it. So, the next time life rains on you, smile anyway. Keep blooming, because a rainy day may change your life forever. Your attitude is the paintbrush of your life. With kindness and positivity, even the darkest storm can be turned into a canvas of hope.